I wanted to quickly show you where the Google basically listings are. You had noticed a misspelling on a couple of your pages. So let's go into this page menu. This is where your SEO settings are set up. This is what basically will be showing up in Google's world. So let's take a look at the SEO settings, and here we go. I see it photographing. So this is where it needs to be changed. So when you come over here to this three dots and then you click on the SEO, you'll see this SEO tab. There's also an advanced SEO tab. I don't really use this one much, but I definitely use this one all the time. You scroll down, you can change the URL of your page, so you can customize URLs if you create new pages over time. Don't change these though if they've already been indexed by Google, otherwise Google has a hard time finding the new ones. If you do that, you can set up a 301 redirect, and I can show you where that's done. It's done in the back-end dashboard of Wix. But anyway, if you don't change your URLs of pages that have already existed for a while, it doesn't matter. So, but when you create new ones, you can certainly customize these. This is your title, so this is also what shows up on Google, and then this is your description. What's cool is Google or Wix actually shows a preview of the Google listing, so you can kind of see what it's going to look like here. That said, Google sometimes will pick its own page titles and own descriptions based on the content on the page. So this isn't the end all be all, but this is certainly the starting point. And you can see that yours was pulling that typo from this. So now that is now fixed. And actually there's another one here too. So here we go. I have done that. So now once I've done with that, I can go ahead and take a look at all the other ones as well. So as I click through to these, it'll keep that SEO tab open, and I can double check all the other page titles here. So I'm going to go ahead and publish this, so this goes live to your site, but I just wanted to show you this is where it's at. It's under your SEO, and it's good to have every single page have its own description, its own page title, and ideally focus your page titles on things that people are searching. So on your food one, we have it called food photography and product photography. I think that's a great title. You may even want to put in here based in Golden and serving, working with Denver area clients, or something like that, because it's good to put your location into these descriptions too, so that, and I see another typo here, so that people are able to know where you're located, because when it comes to this kind of stuff, location is important. So let's call this also food photography, editorial food photography. So I think that's anyway, feel free to rewrite this, but just try to use words that people are typing into Google. That's how you get found for these sorts of things. And also make sure to mention your location. So I'm going to go ahead and publish this, but feel free to go in here and update these. One little trick that I always have with Google is, let's put in food photography. See how this gives me a whole bunch of different words and terms that other people have searched. This is a great way to find good terms to name your pages. Also, you can name your images with these keywords. So food photographer Denver, that would be a really good one to call that page, and then name all your pictures, include food photographer Denver in the pictures as well, in their alt image text or their captions or titles. That way, if people are searching for food photography in Denver, you're going to be more likely to come up. You can also use any of these things as a blog post title or whatever. So I can also put in Denver here just to see what else comes up. And you can also put Denver photographer, and then you'll see what everybody is searching for. So if you want to find good terms to name your pages or to name new blog posts or name pictures with, look at and use Google, because whatever it suggests, these are things that lots of other people are searching. So a lot of these might be really good to add to your site over time. And that, when you're doing your SEO page titles, that's where this really comes in. So I would call this food photographer, and then you can put a dash or a line that works as a space. And then we can also put product photography here. So I think this would be better because this is including that. It's telling people where you are. It's saying that you're a food photographer, which is what you want people to search and find for you. So this is a good page title. You might even have it create a new page for product photography and have that as its own separate thing and really focus this page just on food photography. And then when you go in here, click on Manage Media, and then you go to these images. Now, I think we have set it up so that you've taken the titles off of all of these. But what might be good is to put in Denver food photographer and then put dessert or whatever it is. Now, let's come out of this and let's preview this because I think it might want to show this. So now this one is showing that title over here. That's not the worst thing. If you write them that they don't look too bad, I think that's okay. But if you don't want them to show, you can come here to Settings, go to, let's see, I'm trying to think where it is. Here, you can turn this off so it won't show that title. This is under Design, Overlay, and Icons, texts, and then here. When you turn it on, you can actually decide the formatting and so forth of it. You can also say that it disappears or appears when they roll over it. But in this case, I think I'm just going to turn it off. Now when I preview this, that title won't show up. And I think you probably don't want that. But if you do, please feel free to use it. But because now I've hidden it, I can really use this page to really focus those keywords. So this one too. So this, you want to call them all something a little bit different. So in this one, I'll call this one Food Photographer in Denver. We'll call that one, whatever, or restaurant, or whatever it is. This one could be Denver Food Photographer pasta. I'm not sure what that is, but actually it looks like apples. So I could say another desserts and we'll say just desserts because this one I think is dessert. So just keep each one unique. That is important. You don't want to have a whole bunch with the exact same title. So this one will say breakfast. And this one will say drinks. And so forth and so forth. So go ahead and add all this and add these to all your galleries. Add good keywords here because this is a great way to get Google to index these images for those keywords, and that might help you get found by somebody who's looking for a food photographer in Denver. So anyway, these are just a few little tricks, and I also want to show you it's not just the page name, but it's also the page itself. Make sure you're optimizing for keywords that you want to get found for, and that might really help hopefully gets the phone ringing for new clients that are looking for these types of things. Food photography, I think, is a huge one. Nobody ever knows a good food photographer, so I think you should really pimp the heck out of this page and make it, make it so that it can really be found because your food photography is beautiful and it's a hard subject. So I think restaurants and people that are selling food, they never have good pictures of their food. So that's a very good, I think, avenue to pursue online with SEO by optimizing the pages. So let me know if you have any other questions, but I think this is a good start to get you going, and we got your typos fixed as well. Happy Wixing!